All right, here we go. We're going to work these division problems and we're going to use the two different methods that we've used, the standard method and the box method on the same exact problems, and we'll compare and contrast, see what kind of answers we get. So let's look at the first problem. It is 839 divided by 7. One of the first things I want to try to do is do some 7 multiplication tables in my head or list them out so I know what I can do. 7 times 1, 7 times 2, 7 times 3, 7 times 4, 7 times 5. I think that's as far as I'm going to go right now. So now I know I have 7, 14, 21, 28, and 35. Those are the multiples of 7. So now, what times 7 can give me closest to 8 without going over? Well, I can look. 7 times 1 equals 7. So I'm going to put my 1 up in the answer bar over the 8. Subtract the 7 from 8. I get 1 and move on to the next number. I bring down the 3. Now the new number that I'm working with is 13. Well, what times 7 is going to give me closest to 13 without going over? Well, I already know that 7 times 2 is 14, so that's going to be too high. I'm going to have to go back to using 1 again. 7 times 1 is 7. I'm going to subtract that from 13 and get 6. Well, I still have another number to bring down. So that number now is 69. Well, what times 7 is going to give me closest to 69 without going over? Well, I know it's higher than 7 times 5. Let me write a little bit more. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 8 is 56. I can keep going. 7 times 9 is 63. But then 7 times 10 is 70. So that's too high. So I'll go back to 7 times 9. 7 times 9, as we stated, equals 63. I'm going to subtract that 63. 9 minus 3 equals 6. 6 minus 6 equals 0. When I compare, the 7 is higher than the 6, and I have no more numbers to bring down, so that means my 6 is a remainder. So the answer on this that I got is 119, remainder 6. That's my answer. Now, let's try this same problem using the box method. But this time, instead of divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down, I'm going to divide, multiply, subtract, and bring up. I'm going to put in my numbers that I'm dividing. My numbers that I'm dividing are 8, 3, and 9. Then I'm going to put my divisor on the outside, and that's 7. I'm going to go through the same process. What times 7 can give me closest to 8 without going over? That's going to be a 1. So I put that 1 on top and I subtract that 7 from 8. 8 minus 7 equals 1. So that's a remainder that I bring up to this next column. So my new number is 13. What times 7 is going to give me closest to 13 without going over? 7 times 1 equals 7. 7 times 2 equals 14. So I'm going to have to go back with the 1 again. 1 times 7 equals 7. I take that 7 and subtract it from 13, and I get 6. Wow. So I have to now bring up the 6, and my new number is 69. What times 7 can give me closest to 69? Well, 7 times 5 is 35. Oh, that's way too low. That's almost double. I can keep going. So 7 times 8 is 56. That's kind of close, but can I get another 7? 7 times, again, 9 is 63. I can't do 7 times 10 because 7 times 10 would be 70, and that would be too much. So 7 times 9 equals 63. I subtract the 63 from 69, and I get a remainder of 6 because 9 minus 3 is 6, and 6 minus 6 is 0. Well, I've done all of my numbers, 8, 3, and 9, so there's not another thing to bring up. So 6 is my final remainder. So my answer is 119, remainder 6. So if you see, we have done the same exact things. One is standard form, one in box form, that's area standard form for the organization, in order for us to be able to see this. Play this video again if you need a reminder, but one of the things that I want you to see is that on the standard, we divide, multiply, subtract, and bring down. But on the box area, we divide, multiply, subtract, and bring up.